Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you all? I hope you must have seen the previous video, which is related to question number 4 from exercise 7D, and I hope you must have cleared the concept related to that question. Now this is question number 5. Let's start reading its statement and get to know that what information is given and what to find. A container is made up of a hollow cone with an internal base radius of r centimeter and a hollow cylinder with the same base radius and an internal height of 4 r centimeters. So let me just tell you, this solid which is shown on the screen is made up of two different shapes. One of them is cylinder and another is a cone. They have told us that the radius of the conical part and the radius of the cylindrical part is similar. I have just mentioned it with the green color, like this is the radius of the cylindrical part, and if I draw a center part on the conical shape and draw a radius line, it is exactly same as shown in the cylindrical part. So this is also r. Later on, they have told us that the height of the cylinder is 4r, which is written here along with the height of the cylindrical part. Okay, given that the height of the cone, because the height of the cone is missing, so they are telling you that how to get the height of the cone. The height of the cone is 3/5 of the height of the cylinder. So this is the part, or you can say this is the line which is representing the height of the cone, which I have just mentioned with the blue color. They have told us that this height is 3/5, means 3 by 5, of means multiply the height of the cylinder, which is 4r. So it becomes 12r over 5, because 3 times 4 becomes 12 along with r over 5. So the height of the cone is 12r over 5 and the height of the cylinder is 4r along with the unit centimeters. Continue reading with this line. 7 liters of water are needed to fill the conical part of the container completely. Like if you want to fill the only conical part of the whole shape, you would be needing 7 liters of water. Find the amount of water needed to fill the container completely. Like how much more water would you need to fill the cylindrical part? First, you need to calculate that specific amount of water which will be needed to fill the cylindrical part. And then you have to add up the amount of water that is needed for the cylindrical part and the liters which you have already poured into the conical part will be added up, and then you will get the final answer. And give your answer in liters. So you have to get your answer first and then convert it into liters. Let's start with its solution first. Okay, so we have already calculated the height of the cone. Maximum information related to the cone is given, like how much water is already poured into the conical part, and moreover we have calculated the height. We know the radius, which is not specifically mentioned with some value, but we know that r is representing radius. So first of all, our target should be to calculate the exact value of r. Let us start with volume of cone is equal to 1 over 3 pi r square h. Now it is clearly written, I am encircling that 7 liters of water is already poured into the conical part. So 7 liters is the volume of the cone, because the space, the capacity of the cone is 7 liters of water. So I am writing it here as 7 liters is equal to 1 over 3 pi r square. R will be remained as it is because we don't know the exact value of r. And the height of the cone is replaced by 12r over 5. Okay, let me tell you one thing, that all the information related to the cone for radius and height is given in centimeters, but the volume of cone is given in liters. So first of all, we need to convert it into milliliters, because if we compare the two different units of different groups, so they must be in the equivalent position. So milliliters and centimeters cube are of equivalent bases, right? So we can just convert it liters into milliliters. So 7 times 1000, because 1 liter has 1000 milliliters, is equal to 12 pi r cube over 15. I have just multiplied r with this r, it becomes r cube, and 12 times 1 is 12, and pi will be written along with it. The denominator 3 and 5 will be multiplied together to become 15 as a denominator. Now it becomes 7000. Sorry, I have written an extra zero. Okay, now 7000. This 15 will move on towards the other hand side. It will be multiplied with 7000 is equal to 12 pi r cube. Later on in the next step, I'm moving towards the other space. It is 7000 times 15. In next step, 12 pi will move towards the left hand side, and it will be written in the denominator like this, 12 pi, and r becomes an isolated variable. So now from this step onwards, we can find the value of r. After dividing the whole fraction, you can get 8750 over pi, like you have just multiplied 7000 with 15, get your answer, and then divide it by 12. So you get 8750 divided by pi, because I haven't punched pi in the calculator yet, is equal to r cube. Now for finding the value of r, you have to take cube root on both sides, because we need the value of r, not r cube. So I am applying cube root on the both sides, and after taking cube root, you will get the value of r as 14.070 is equal to r. Again, at this step, no need to worry about it that you are not getting the exact answer, because I have just rounded off to 5 significant figures. So if you get the answer nearest to it, so it's all good to go. Now we have calculated the value of r. Moving towards the volume of cylinder now. Because we have calculated the value of r, now you can replace the value of r in the volume of cylinder formula. So you will get the volume of cylinder in terms of liters now. So volume of cylinder, which is equal to pi r square h. Pi r, you have just calculated 14.070 square, times height of the cylinder was given as 4r. So 4 along with again value of r, which is 14.070. Now multiply them together and you will get your answer as 35,002 centimeters cube. Again, you are getting this answer or either closest or nearest to this answer. So if you get your answer nearest to this one, so it's good to go. It's not needed to get the exact answer, because I have rounded off to 5 significant figures. Now you see that the water that is needed to be poured into the cylindrical part should be in liters, but we got our answer as centimeters cube. So we know that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cube. And if I need to convert it into liters, so it will become 1 over 1000 liters is equal to 1 centimeter cube. So if I need to convert 35,002 centimeters cube into liters, I have to divide it by 1000. So let me just write it, 35,002 divided by 1000. So it will be converted into liters. So it will become 35 liters. So 35 liters of water is needed to fill the cylindrical part. And in the question, it was already written that 7 liters of water is needed to fill the conical part. So the total amount of water needed is equal to 7 liters plus 35 liters. It becomes 42 liters of water that is required to fill the whole shape, which is compiled, or which is consisting of two different shapes, that is conical part and the cylindrical part. So this is all for question number 5. I hope you must have understood the concept. Again, I'm just summarizing the whole concept. The main information was missing, that the value of the radius in terms of specific number. So first of all, you need to calculate the value of R from the formula of volume of cone, and later on, once you have calculated the value of R, then replace it in the formula of cylinder. From there you would get the volume of the cylinder in terms of centimeters cube, but you will be needing your answer in liters, so you have to convert it in terms of liters. You will be getting your answer for cylindrical part, that is 35 liters of water is needed to fill the cylindrical part, and 7 liters of water is already mentioned in the question, that will be filled to the conical part. Add them together and you will get to know that 42 liters of total water is needed to fill the whole shape. I hope you have understood the concept now. Take good care of yourself and wait for the next video. Thank you.